All right. Hello, we're here doing the Monster Hunter training day today. Let me see.
What's up?
I need a rhyme icon activated because I don't have him. There he is. A nice gator with sunglasses down here.
It's great. Phenomenal.
Beautiful. All right. Cool.
Okay,
What is on the
Okay.
agenda first?
Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
So you don't want to be in your room. There's no real point to be in your room
Oh,
right now. At least,
okay.
yeah, you actually stay there. Stay there. That's fine.
Actually, I should store my shit.
Yes.
That's probably a good idea to do that.
I will stream your screen to my screen real quick,
Okay.
if I remember how to. That's the wrong one. That is also the wrong one. Oh no, it isn't.
Oh,
Why can I hear? Oh, I just got confused because GU music is playing, but it's just my Spotify randomly playing GU music. Okay, what do? I put up this, and
So-
then enable display capture.
first day becoming
There we go.
Schrod's Clipper. Hopefully I don't get fired the first day. I know it's a pretty lucrative spot, so.
Like an official thing, or just talking out of his ass?
I mean, we talked about it the other day, but you know.
Hey, it's always great to get free labor.
Yeah.
Is that a talking crocodile? Yes, it is.
It definitely is. Okay, I got all that shit
My
on my
accent comes
inventory.
from-
Now I can leave my room.
Okay,
The
cool.
first step.
No, I didn't mean to stream that. That's why I don't do display captures. Because you accidentally open something that's not supposed to be there.
Oh no.
This one wasn't bad, but still. You don't want it there. Okay. I'm not gonna steal the Strich of anybody today, so you don't know this, but every time somebody arrives in my chat, and write I will see in chat, they get a point. If they have this many points, they get points for free.
Yeah.
Like channel points, right? I will not deduct points today, because nobody's gonna be here at 3 a.m. It's not fair.
Fair
Also,
enough.
it is 3 a.m. for anybody who didn't know. 3:03 at the
Is
moment.
it
Pretty
official?
cool.
It's as official as you want it to be, Demon Tears, okay?
I
If
don't
it's
think
official in
you-
your heart, then that's what matters.
It's not official labor. I don't think that's legal.
It's
Okay.
official as I'm legally allowed to have it be.
I have tutor notes. I'm actually gonna put those up on screen because I can now.
Wow.
This we will ignore. This is just things that I tell people. But we have this cool list. Can I zoom? Oh no, I disabled zooming. How do you zoom if you disable zooming? That's how. Okay. We have this cool list of basics that we want to go through. Have you thought about what you want to do? You talked about doing more longsword and also a different weapon, which is
Yeah.
a great start.
Yeah.
Two very different things. Where do you want to start?
I guess we can just start on the different, like, longsword style or whatever, right?
Ooh, okay, I want to start big. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Now.
for that you need to be in your room.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I gotta change it, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay. Change style / arts.
Exactly. For now, we're just gonna look at the styles and not actually
Yeah.
select one. So, there's 6 styles in the game, as you can tell from the 6 styles being on your screen. So, do you know what Hunter Arts are, right?
Yep.
You used them already.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you have 1, 2, 3 Hunter Arts slot depending on your style. Guild style has 2, and then we have Striker and Alchemy style that have 3. Everything else only has 1. Generally, that means that the styles that only have 1 are better.
Thank you for
Because
the
they're compensating for the
Hades.
fact. Because they're compensating for the fact they only have 1 style. One art, right?
Mhm.
Well, that doesn't always apply. So there's some styles in which these one art styles are just dog shit. Am I allowed to swear and scream?
Yeah.
Scream?
Of course you are.
Stream? Okay.
The more the
Fuck.
better.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Yeah. Cool. So guild style is just casual gameplay. This is how the
Yeah.
weapons work in every single Monster Hunter game. This is normal style.
Yeah, that's all I've used.
Striker style is essentially you have 3 hunter arts, as I mentioned, and your hunter art gauge charges faster, so you can use more of them too.
So what's the? Why would you not just use Striker instead of using Guild then?
Because every style has a disadvantage to it.
Okay.
I don't want to get too much into the specific disadvantages because you're not going to remember them. But we can take Striker as an example, just for this one particular thing. So Striker is very simple, so there's not a lot to talk about here. You know the Fate Slash, where you do like the thing and then you jump in one direction, back, left or right. You can no longer jump left or right.
Oh, okay.
You can only Fate Slash back. And you can also no longer perform a Spirit Slash after a Fate Slash. So what you used to be able to do is Fate Slash and then Spirit Slash, which is like a spinning Spirit Slash that leads into a faster Spirit Slash combo. That is no longer in the game.
Okay.
Those two are not that big. So these are easily sacrificable, in my opinion. This is why Striker style is relatively high on the list.
Yeah, I actually
is
don't
number 4 or
really
5.
do that stuff anyway, so.
Yeah, but that's not...
I mean, I'm not saying that's good necessarily, because, you know, I just don't,
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I have had that same thought, that some of these sacrifice something that you're not doing anyway.
Yeah.
So might as well take advantage of them. Yeah, it kind of sucks in some ways, but at the same time, this game is meant to be played this way, so fuck it, I guess. Yeah, this is Striker style. And the point is you always have a disadvantage, right? This is not a big disadvantage, some of them have really big disadvantages. But yeah, that's Striker. Striker is just more hunter arts and they charge faster, so it's essentially way more hunter arts. So this is only really worth it usually if your hunter arts on that weapon type are really good.
Okay.
Yeah, and depends on the nerfs too. But yeah, we have aerial style. Aerial style is a weird one. Aerial style, it makes you be able to do aerial attacks out of anything. So you can kind of just perform a roll and then jump in a way. I'd love to check it out, but you know, you can essentially jump out of anything.
Right. Okay.
And from that jump, you can do aerial attacks. Who would have thought? And a lot of things you can't do anymore with this, you can do out of aerial attacks. So like one example would be, you cannot do a Spirit Slash in that style at all. So grounded, you cannot press the R button, it doesn't do anything.
Oh, so not
but
at all?
But you can jump and do an aerial Spirit Slash and then complete it on the ground.
Oh, okay.
That you can still do. That is
That's
one example
interesting.
for aerial style being weird.
A duo tuber. What's that supposed to mean? Alright. How are you, Hades?
So either it's me being a different split personality of yours, or it's the fact that you have 2 models. I believe it is the latter, but I like to believe it is the former.
Maybe.
Cool. Yeah, this is Aerial. Aerial only has 1 slot. We have Adept. Adept is very defensive and defensively offensive. So Adept is you get a dodge, which means you can essentially dodge into monsters, into monster attacks, and it just saves you immediately. It is a very high iframe dodge. I don't know the exact iframes. I don't know if they're documented anywhere. They're very good.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Disadvantage with this is that you can't do a lot of shit that you then can do out of the dodge. So you can dodge and then you unlock attacks out of that dodge, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of hard to hit them sometimes. Like if you're not good with it, you like dodge through the monster and then you're in a position where you can't attack and it doesn't help you, right? But it is, like, defensively, it is really good because you get that free dodge, essentially. Pretty damn good. And due to the fact that this special dodge has so many iframes, you can play really aggressively. Because whenever you're in trouble, you just dodge into the monster and you're fine.
Right.
It's kind of like playing Dark Souls. but easier.
So like, I have a question. So like, you say you do it by like dodging into the attacks or
Yeah.
whatever. Since I
If you
have
would get
the
hit, you don't get hit.
yeah, so like if I have the Nargacuga armor that like kind of increases that, would that make it even better?
I do not know
Makes
whether
me
that
wonder.
stacks. Also, in a way, absolutely. Like in a way, if you do the regular dodge, you just have a larger timing of hitting that dodge, of not getting hit. So that applies in any case. But I don't think you need that at all to utilize Adept. I
Right.
think that is a waste, honestly.
Okay.
Not that it hurts, but you absolutely don't need it,
Right.
in my opinion. Okay. For a second I thought there was someone in my chat, but it's just Nightbot. Okay, right, what is next? Valor.
Valor.
Valor is the most complicated style in the entire game, which is part of why it got introduced in this game, because this game is fairly complicated compared to its predecessor, which is Monster Hunter Generations. Monster Hunter Generations only had Guild Striker, Aerial, and Adept. Now we have Valor and Alchemy. I think that is correct. I hope that's correct. But yeah, so Valor is also gives you really good defensive options, but makes your weapon super annoying to use. So essentially, again, you lose a lot of shit that you could ordinarily do, and you can't do it anymore. Instead, you unlock a different way of doing it, and that is the Valor stance. So you know the I think for you is the Y button, where you put your weapon away, right?
Yeah.
If you hold that, you like stand there, and your stamina drains rapidly and your health drains really slowly. And if you get hit in that, you don't get hit. You can stand there for like 5 seconds and be invincible in that time.
So you just have to time it, basically?
You have to time it in a span of 5 seconds, roughly. It is really not hard. You have iframe for 5 seconds.
Right.
You
That's
can
a
literally
long
just
time.
stand there and wait for the monster to attack. The thing is, your stamina drains, obviously. I don't think it's 5 seconds. I don't know the exact number. It doesn't really matter. The point is, it's really long. But it's also your sheathing animation. So your sheathing animation gets slower, obviously. And then your weapon is sheathing. So if you fuck up the timing and you put your weapon away and you get hit during that timing, that kind of sucks. And that will happen. So that timing is a little hard to get sometimes. But generally, it's easy to get. And the return is that you don't mitigate all damage that you get, but you only get 20% of the damage that you would have gotten. So it's 80% damage reduction. And that is really good.
Yeah.
It's not a free dodge, but it's 80% damage reduction. I think it's 80%. I'm fairly sure it's 80%.
So,
Yeah.
do you attack out of that stance then?
Yeah, that is the exact thing. If you hold that button and then you press an attack button, you perform an attack. Depending on the weapon you have the primary attack button, which is X, the secondary attack button, which is A, or the special attack button, I guess, which is R. Not every weapon has every button do something. And some weapons have like X and A do something at the same time. Like Longsword, I know that you can only perform the Fate Slash in that stance by pressing X and A at the same time.
Okay.
And that makes this so hard to use, because you can only perform a Spirit Round Slash if you do it out of that stance. So you cannot increase your Spirit gauge if you don't use the stance. And that just makes it really hard to use. But it is also the highest potential for Longsword. By far the strongest for Longsword is Adept. Valor. Adept is number 2. Yeah, so that's a little complicated. Especially because that is only the surface of it. You would have to relearn the entire weapon with my god, Valor. It is, it's not great. I cannot recommend. I can recommend for when you get really, really used to your weapon. Then I can recommend it. Before that, not so much. Alchemy. Alchemy is, you have 3 slots for Hunter Arts, and you also have a little barrel that you can use, and the longer you wait, the better items you get from it. So at some point you use the barrel, you shake it, and you get an item from it. and that is it.
Hmm.
It's really lame.
Support class.
There's like one weapon that actually profits from alchemy. I forgot which one it was. I think it is Switch Axe.
Okay.
I'm not 100% certain on that though. But aside from that, nothing uses the alchemy style. Because like if you want the 300, just take Striker.
Right.
It's just better.
And then you can still, like, you know.
But some people just genuinely like the alchemy barrel, right? So some people just enjoy playing it. So that's still an optimal style if it fits your playstyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
But just going from stats, it's not particularly good. And I don't like the gimmick.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, those are the styles. Very cool. Any
Okay.
questions?
I don't think so. It's interesting.
Devastating counterattacks. Well, kind of.
Devastating.
Yeah.
You just fuck
Well,
them
for
up.
some of them, it is actually really, really strong. And for some of them, it's just, oh, you can perform regular attack out of the dodge.
Yeah.
Yay. So yeah. It really highly depends on the weapon.
I mean, what do
But
you
so-
usually play when you play longsword?
I play Guild at the moment because I don't want to play Valor. It just annoys me, the fact that you can't perform actions regularly. I don't like it. I don't
Okay.
mind it for like Greatsword. Like Greatsword, I play Valor, but Longsword, I don't play Valor because I just don't enjoy it. So the order that I rank them, there's 3 viable ones for Longsword. It would be Valor, Guild, and Adept in that order. Although some people would argue that Adept is better than Guild. I don't personally agree, because with Adept you cannot perform the Spirit Round Slash unless you do it out of the dodge, and it's easy to not hit out of the dodge. So, yeah. I like Guild more, but both of them are very viable.
So, on like Adept and Valor, do you get Hunter arts or do you not?
You do, this is just
You
one
do.
art.
Okay.
You get at least 1 on every style. So it's,
Okay.
all of them have 1, then Strike and Alchemy have 3, and Guild has 2.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yes. What is this typo? Sideway R1. This is what?
Sideway R1.
I gotta fix something real quick. This is not correct.
So should I try one?
Give me a second. Replace all. Yes, please. For instance, replace. Wonderful. You can, sure, if you want to try one.
Maybe Valor. Or do you think it would be
No,
a high
try it,
learning
try it.
curve?
It would absolutely be that, but that shouldn't be a reason to not try it if you want to.
Right. Yeah.
So I do want to say one thing. Once
Yeah.
you clicked on it, you will have to select your arts, which you should go
Okay.
into that right now. That's SP, right?
Yeah.
I explained to you before that SP depends on your style, and it gives you a bonus. So like on guild style, it makes you use items faster. These are these situations where you use a potion and it goes immediately, right? That's what your SP does. And it triggers when you use that skill. So when in this case, if you would use Unhinged Spirit, it would trigger SP for a set amount of time. I don't know how long. And depending on what you have, SP is different. And SP, for Valor specifically, causes your Valor gauge to fill more quickly. Valor gauge you will get into once you're actually in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, just choose whatever, it doesn't really matter right now. You only get 1 though.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I can just put that in there. Okay.
Due to the nature of SP, which also makes that the art you set it on charges slower, right? You want to contemplate whether you want to have that art faster or if you actually want that SP bonus. Usually you do, and in this case I think you do.
Okay.
Okay, let's go into like a harvest tour, doesn't really matter.
Go into what?
Harvest tour.
Okay.
You can also go into Slay Quest, it doesn't really matter, you can cancel it at any point.
Yeah.
Slay Quest might be better just because then you have the option to kill something. Or like to try your stuff out against a monster.
I guess I could just go on something simple. We could go to, like, I don't know, just go to Macau.
Sure.
Just something that won't eat me immediately.
What the hell happened here?
Huh?
I found another typo in my documentation.
Oh no.
God damn it. Okay, at least it's only one this
God
time,
damn it.
not like 3. Okay.
Rare.
You can see a bar now, or a gauge above your name at the top left-hand corner.
Okay.
It is currently empty, but it's kind of flashing.
Yeah.
You see that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you hit something, you can hit these guys if you want, that will fill. It fills insanely slowly, as you can tell.
Okay. Yeah.
So what you can do to make it fill faster is you use the sheathing button, which is Y, and like you hold there for the Valor stance. I'll just hold that for me real quick.
Wait, which Y?
Should be the Y button if you're on a Switch
yeah.
controller. Yeah, this is your Valor stance. You can see stamina goes down fast, health not so much. And then you have this animation. You don't put your stamina to run out.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that you have 80% damage reduction if you get hit. Now, if you want to just hold that again and then perform an attack button, anyone that is not A. So you can do X, you can do X and A, and you can do R1, whichever you prefer. That is a Valor attack. And now you want to try and hit that on the big guy over there.
If the cats don't murder him.
Nah, that'll be fine. Versus if you murder him on accident, but I don't think so. Okay, that's the wrong direction. You see how much that did for your gauge? Considerably more.
Right. Okay.
Right? And depending on what hit you use, it gives you a different amount, right? Some of them give you more, some give less. You just kind of gotta figure that out. But the point is to get that to max. Why? We'll get into that. The gauge does not deplete, by the way.
Okay.
Which is cool.
He ran away.
Now, for your information, the Valor stance does not cover your back, only front and sides.
Okay, so you want to be
Before
facing...
you get hit by something. Yeah, you have to be facing the monster in a 180-degree angle. Now, what you can also do to increase that gauge is to dodge attacks with the Valor stance. So if something attacks you in the Valor stance, that also increases your Valor meter.
Okay.
Hitting the boost gives you way more, but that's a thing to keep in mind. That is your disadvantages. Oh wait, actually the real disadvantages is that you can't do the Fate Slash.
Right.
Try doing the Fate Slash.
Oh, the Fate Slash, sorry.
Track I've running now.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Yep, it does not work. But you cannot do Valor stance. Try that.
Guess I need that. Okay.
Works. Try it in a direction, left or right. Works. Pretty cool. Kinda hard to use, but yeah. Oh yeah, let this guy hit you and look at your gauge.
Okay.
Wasn't that cool? Isn't that a cool ass animation? When you get hit? And look at your HP bar, you lost like no HP from that. You're literally at full again.
Yeah.
And also all the HP you lose will be your red HP. So it's not truly lost HP, you can still recover it. So if you only get hit in Valor stance, you will never die. Because you can just leave, recover, and come back. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Isn't this fucking cool?
That is interesting.
Valor is really cool.
He's like not gonna look at me though. He's like, I want to kill this cat.
That was reactive too. You didn't like hold that. You reacted to that move, and it worked. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So that's why you use Valor, because it's cool and it's strong. Yeah. So with that Valor stance, you can do the
And I can still
Fate
use
Slash,
my,
right?
Yeah.
You can do the White Slash, which is just your X button out of the stance, and you can do the R1. Now, if your Spirit Gauge is full, you can perform a full R1 combo out of that Valor stance, and it gives you massive Valor meter if you hit that full combo. And now you're full.
So
Okay, the meter is
what do I
now
do with
full.
that?
It now depletes, as you can tell. You can fill it a little more by attacking the monster. So just kind of start fighting the monster if you want. And it changes some things in your set. So your Spirit Slash is now entirely different. You don't... It looks entirely different. The last Spirit Slash is no longer like a wide round slash, but instead it's a double horizontal slash. So it's not... Sorry, it's not... This is vertical, not horizontal. It used to be horizontal, now it's vertical. It goes like above your head twice, right? And if you input forward, it's even like a small dash, so you get more mobility with it too, but it is harder to hit. Yeah.
Oh, damn.
If you press R1, you want to press R1 for me? You saw that? The little animation where he put the sword in front of his head? When I do that again? Just so you see it? That is not the one. When you press R1?
Yeah.
Just regular R1?
Regular or...
Oh, you're not working now? Do an attack and then R1? Oh no, you need Spirit Gauge, that's why.
Yeah, that's what I was
that makes sense.
wondering. Yeah.
If you have Spirit Gauge and you press R1, the thing where he puts the sword in front of his head, that is a counter.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
As soon as
It's
I use a potion.
Yeah, the cats do that constantly. As soon as you use it, you consume Spirit Gauge, right? But if you do it successful, you gain the Spirit Gauge back that you used. So like if something attacks in that moment and you counter the attack, then you don't get damage, you get your Spirit Gauge back and you can attack out of that counter. The only thing that you can't do directly after a counter is another counter. So you can't do R1 counter into R1. That doesn't work. Anything else works. Out of that counter, if you perform the counter successfully, you can press X for the regular attack, regular heavy attack, the overhead swing. And you can Valor counter out of that one, so you can technically go R1 counter, then attack, R1 counter, attack, R1 counter, attack, infinitely. Another thing you can do is you can press R1 out of the Valor counter, so you just perform a really, really fast Spirit Slash combo, because it starts in Spirit Slash 3 instead of 1. It skips 2 steps. So you only have Spirit Slash 3 and then the finisher. Really strong. Yeah. There's one more thing, that if you're aerial and you press R1, you do like a double slash mid-air that directly leads into Spirit Slash 3 as well. And theoretically, that is everything. That is Valor in its entirety.
Okay. He's already
There is a
limping.
lot there. Yeah, I'm not surprised. there's a lot there. Which is fine, because you don't have to remember everything immediately.
Yeah.
I will send you the list of everything Valor, right here.
Okay.
For the attack buttons you have to rethink, because they're not correct. You can replace them if you want. So triangle is X for you, and circle is A for you.
Okay.
Yeah, R1 is still R1. And yeah, that is literally it. The difficult part isn't like hearing this once, the difficult part is actually introducing all of that into your gameplay. Because it's a lot. It is a lot. But yeah, it's really cool. Theoretically, it is the strongest style for longsword, and if you enjoy it, then you will have a great time playing this video game.
Right, I was like, I feel like, yeah, after you get used to it, I feel like it'd be really interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already interesting, but...
You can try this at any point by just practicing the things that I sent you. So essentially, if you want to like actually practice this, you want to look at every single line, read it, understand it, and try it out. You don't have to like try everything out, but especially like the moves you want to try out, that you keep them in your active brain, right? I don't know if it works in small monsters. It should, but I've never tried this.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Valor. If you want to continue trying it, you can just attempt to kill the... What's his name? The jumping raptor?
The Grandmaster Macau.
Yes, the not-so-great Macau. You can kill that guy if you want. Just kind of play around with your gauge. Great thing about Greatsword is that you can literally fill your gauge with 2 hits. I mean, maybe it's 3, but I think it's 2. Because the fact that your hits are so powerful, right? So the Valor charge slash gives you the insane amount of gauge.
That is really cool, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I don't know where he went. He escaped.
Oh, that doesn't help.
Just gonna jump
How is
off
this
a
the
cliff
best I
now.
can do? It is so dumb. Okay, whatever. Yeah, that's Valor as an entirety. There's nothing more I can tell you. I can only remind you of things that you will forget immediately.
Yeah. Well, he's gone.
Particular thing out of the counter is kind of hard to practice because you obviously have to hit the counter in order to practice it, right? And there's not like a training area or anything in this game. There will be in World and Rise. Yeah. You generally want to be close to the monster because even if you don't hit the counter, you can just attack at them. I shouldn't call it a counter, it's not a counter. This is not a counter. Yeah, like, right there, if you were close enough, you could have just attacked instead of
You're
just
right,
waiting.
that's true, yeah, so doing it closer is better then, right? Yeah. That makes sense.
And you don't really have a lot of risk. Right here, he would hit you, because, you know, back to him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, generally you don't have a lot of risk when you're right next to him. There's still the risk of he decides to not attack, runs around you, and then attacks.
Right, yeah, that's basically what he did.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Okay, now you're in your Valor mode again. Which makes this look different, as you can tell. You want some gauge so you can try the counter. Great. Remember your counter being R1 as long as you have gauge up. This guy's gonna fall soon though. Which you can tell from him limping.
He's trying
and
to
also
get away.
the particles at his mouth.
Hey! Well, I should have held it longer.
Yep. That's hindsight, you never know. You went not fast enough there. That can also happen.
Well, he
You're gonna
also
be in
came
that
from
animation for a
behind
little
me.
while. Pro. Bonk.
Oh.
So weird to just have Animal Crossing music running when when watching this combat.
Oh.
Well,
He
he's
snapped
dead.
his tail and he died.
That was difficult.
Oh, great Macau.
Loot him anyway. You never know when you want to make a new weapon and it needs Macau material. It will happen.
Huh. Yeah, that's really cool though.
Yeah, it's really cool style.
Delicious.
Yes. So what can you do instead of wasting your time? Quiz question.
That.
You mean that?
Breathe heavily.
No, what can you do instead of wasting your time when the quiz is over?
I don't know, go get stuff. Like, go over
Yeah.
here and like
Yeah,
grab some
just loot
thingies.
shit.
Some
Because that's
random
all stuff that you will need at some point and not have
for a bit
if you don't
maximum.
collect it. And you don't want to go on like harvest tours and just collect shit for half an hour. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So just collect shit whenever you can.
Fair
You're all
enough.
fine. A good instinct to have. That instinct will rapidly change in World and Rise because you no longer have to like dig at a spot for 8 minutes to loot something. You literally walk, buy it, and grab it while you're walking. So you can literally just spam the button wherever you're going, just collect everything that you're running past. Great.
Wow.
Okay.
New record.
Cool. So that's Valor style. Very cool.
Yeah.
There's not anything else I can tell you. Could
That is
only
cool.
practice it. You don't technically need me to practice, and since we're limited on time, I'd say we move on.
Yeah.
Do you still want to try a new weapon?
Yeah.
Which one?
Maybe. Well, probably
Go get
either sword and shield or like great sword.
Well, those are both massively different and very similar at the same
Yeah.
time.
I mean, isn't that good though? In a way.
So if you want to learn optimal greatsword, that's gonna take like 5 minutes. Optimal sword and shield takes like 3 hours.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You just choose one. You choose one of them which you find more interesting.
Yeah.
And
I can just do sword and shield.
we can eventually do both.
Yeah.
We'll see how much time we take. The sword and shield is fairly difficult. It's not as bad in this game as it is in World and Rise, but still a fairly complicated weapon. But yeah, the basics of Sword and Shield are also really easy. There's a lot of freestyling in Sword and Shield too. You can kind of just press attack buttons, but optimally you would prefer to know what the attack buttons do before you press them, you know?
Maybe I should try to see if I can make something.
It does not matter. Just
Doesn't
take the
matter.
regular one.
Okay.
We're just learning how to use it. You
Right.
don't need sharpness. Well, actually, sharpness would be nice, but what can you do?
Oh my god. I hate this gal. She's awful. Why is she like this?
What do you mean?
She's like, you talk to her, she's like, like, bro, like, chill the fuck out. What's wrong with
That's
you?
how I feel when I talk to you.
What should I do this time? Let's choose somebody else. Let's go for somebody. Who we
You
got?
could do quests that you haven't done yet, if there's anything.
Huh?
You could do quests that you haven't done yet. Like, this is an opportunity to clear quests that you would ordinarily not clear.
I mean, most of them are like things that aren't like fighting. I mean, I could do this, I guess.
You could also go to 3 stars.
Yeah.
You're in low rank, aren't you?
I mean, I'm on low rank.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's low rank.
Okay.
You can do 2 of those if you
Yeah,
want.
I could. Yeah, that would
Oh,
work.
it died. And it's back.
Yeah.
If you want, you can try and upgrade your weapon if you want to make it a little bit easier. If you don't, that is totally fine too.
Let me
it
see.
takes longer.
I'll just check real fast.
Yeah, really fast.
Really, really fast. Fast as fuck.
Is it fast as fuck,
Fast AF.
boy, or is it
Yeah.
fast as fuck boy?
I guess that's just a
Hey,
personal
anyway.
choice.
Slow, yeah, blah 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 blah. Exactly 53 of either. Interesting. Okay.
There we go. There we go. And do it again. Do it again. Wait, what am
You
I
can
doing?
put more in at
Oh,
a time,
God.
you know.
Oh, okay. I guess does it in the most
Sometimes I
difficult
wonder
way.
if you've played video games before.
No, I
It's
haven't.
great.
Damn, I can just keep going. I probably don't need to. Yeah, I don't need to waste my Dragonite ore on this thing.
Yeah, you don't have to. It's fine.
It's probably
Okay.
not necessary.
Did you sort your inventory?
Probably not.
There's also item sets in the game, by the way. I don't know if you use those.
There's what?
Item sets.
Item sets. Like.
Just
like
throw out anything out of your inventory that you don't actually want to bring to the quest right now. Or to like an average
should be
quest,
fine.
right? That is not what you bring to an average quest.
It's not. What do I bring
Check
to
the
an
inventory.
average quest?
Talk to your chest. Go and store items. Okay. You don't bring hot drinks until you know that you need to. Right? What's the
mean-
point of hot drinks? Why do you bring in trap tools?
Bring what? Trap tool?
Trap
I don't
tools.
know.
Exactly. Put this away.
Antidote.
That is fine. That can stay. Now do me a favor and press the X button.
Press the X button. Oh.
Yes.
Sort your
Yes.
items. Whoa.
Okay. Now you
Whoa.
take one. Why do you have cleanser in the inventory? Put that away. Second
Maybe I need to
page.
cleanse.
Okay. Press the X button again.
Wait, oh.
Sort your items. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need one more potion, and you need probably more steak and whetstones too, if you have those. And paintballs.
I mean, those should be okay, right?
No.
What?
There's no reason to not carry 99, so take as many as you can.
Okay.
Take items, take as many of your steak, and you don't have steak, okay? Take as many paintballs as you can. Wonderful.
59.
Great. And what else? Whetstones. Do you have whetstones? You do.
Do I?
Yeah,
Oh.
to your left. You want to take maybe not 20 of those. Okay, 20 is fine, that's fine. So the reason I don't carry 20 is because sometimes when you're trying to farm ore, you find whetstones.
Okay.
And you don't want to not be able to pick those up sometimes.
Right.
But yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
really matter that much. Now go to item sets. Register set. Put that there. Exactly. There you go back. Go to current sets. And if you click double A on that, you equip the item set. Instead of sorting the inventory for 20
Okay.
minutes, you can just do that now.
Right. Huh. Alright.
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. It will save you some time. Let's go into the quest. Oh, you didn't. I didn't change your style.
Oh.
Are you still in
that's
Valor?
True. Probably.
I don't know if the game puts you to Valor or
don't know.
not. Oh, you're still in Valor.
Valor,
if you-
Sword, and Shield.
Yeah. How about we abandon this quest and come back
Yeah.
with Guild?
That's probably a good idea.
I'll open a window.
Oh no! The quest abandoned.
What's the
Very
difference between
sad.
abandoning and returning from quest?
When you abandon, you like lose all the stuff that you got.
A little more specifically, it resets you to before the quest. So, like any items you used, you also get back. Most
Oh,
importantly,
really?
right?
Okay.
Yeah. And when you return, everything is at the point where you left the quest. So the items you used are gone, and the items you found you kept.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, let's go back
Let's
to
go
Guild.
the old hog. Can also select some hunter arts because why not?
Sword dance. Wow. That sounds
Yeah.
fun. Shoryugeki.
Suryugeki.
Shoryugeki.
That one is really cool. I don't think it's particularly good. So what I know is that Chaos Oil, Round Falls, Blade Dance are really good.
Of course.
Yeah, let's take those two, that's good. Let's not take an SP, that doesn't help us right now.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. We can click out of it, which is kind of
Yeah.
counterintuitive to have to click back. But yeah. Right. Go to a shopping person.
There's a
Real
cat
quick.
in the barrel.
Yeah, it's not a shopping person. A vendor. What are they called?
The lady that goes
Market,
ada
okay.
ada.
I don't know what she goes. I never talked to her.
Ada.
Okay. Oh, you have a sale. Go to buy
Sale.
and skip. Yeah, skip until you find oil.
Until I find oil. Infinity oil.
That you want. Buy 5 of those each, because that's the max you can buy.
Huh. Interesting. So is this just for Sword and Shield?
Yep, just Sword and Shield.
Mine.
It is really cool, and
though.
it's no longer in the modern games. Oh,
Damn.
you have that. I didn't know you had that already. That's really good.
What?
Mine's eye.
Oh. Once applied, your attacks cannot be deflected? What?
Yep.
Wow. That's interesting. Oh,
That's pretty good, yeah.
Affinity is crit, right?
Yep.
Huh.
It gives you 30% crit flat on top.
Oh, shit. Huh.
And the other one, the stamina oil, that deals chaos, what am I saying? That deals exhaust damage. I don't know why I wrote down KO damage, that's not correct. Exhaust and KO are not the same thing. So stamina oil deals exhaust damage. What that means is it drains stamina, which means the monster gets into this animation where it just kind of sits there and has to breathe heavily for like several seconds.
Yeah, where it's like doing the, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Cool.
The thing.
There's one more, that's called Destroyer Oil, and that is part breaker, so you break parts easier.
Hmm.
You don't have a quest.
Oh, yeah, I don't do it. I forgot.
Cool. Great, we talked about the oils. The oils are active items. They last for a certain amount of time that I do not remember, and you apply them. If you ever played Dark Souls and you used resins, that is exact same thing. You apply them to your sword, you can only apply one at a time, and it lasts for a certain amount of time, then it fucks off.
Truly a
It's
wonder
just a
of
straight up
nature,
off.
the great Macau is.
Yes.
What a majestic beast.
Okay, lesson number 1. Draw your weapon. Press R. Immediately new gameplay. You got a shield, Bog.
Yeah.
This is the weakest shield in the game, and it is still a very strong shield.
Hmm.
So you can essentially block any attack, unless it is just an unblockable attack, those exist. But other than that, you can block literally anything, as long as your stamina is high enough. So if you get hit, you tank stamina, and if your stamina reaches 0 during the block, you still get hit anyway. So you can't just sit there and block constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very good block. Very cool. So, perform some X attacks for me. So those are 3 attacks. Is it 4? Should be 3.
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, those are 3 attacks. This is like a very basic combo. It's not particularly great, but you can upgrade it by pressing X and A before your combo. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
No, that's a lot of damage. How about a little more? So what you can do is after that last hit that you just did, you can press A to continue your combo.
Okay.
And that is technically your highest damage combo.
That's a lot.
It is not your fastest combo though.
Yeah.
Wanna hear something a little more advanced? So before this attack, the like really long winded one, if you press circle before that, you skip that one and go straight into the faster ones. So out of a stand, you can just do X twice and then go straight into triple A. So X, X, A, A, A. That was one too many.
Oh.
That's one X too many. Exactly.
Okay.
And now you can do the same thing out of the X and A attack. Right, that's it. And that is how I deal my most damage with this weapon. Really good, really strong. One important thing I want you to notice is I want you to do your... Let's do like any one of the combos that you just did, and you attempt to dodge after every single hit. So like you do one, then you dodge, and you do 2 hits and you dodge, 3 hits you dodge, and so on.
Okay.
Yes. You see how fast that is?
Mm-hmm.
That is very contrary to longsword, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a lot more mobile.
Yeah, and this is why I believe this weapon is really, really good for beginners, because if you get stuck in something, you don't get stuck in animations easily, and if you do, if you're like stuck and you see I'm attacking but it's attacking me, you can super easily just dodge out at any point.
Okay.
So you can kind of just turn your brain off, just keep attacking. If you see it turns to you, just press dodge at any point and you'll be fine. It's very safe is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, importantly, the X and A attack that I showed you is also your draw attack. So you can do the same thing out of a run. So you hold R1 and you run, and then you just press the attack button, which is X. That's the same attack. If you roll and then attack, you do like an upward slash, and that just combos into any one of your regular combos. You gotta have your weapon out.
Okay.
It combos into just your regular attack. So what you can do, go to the blue box real quick. Act like, no, weapon out, weapon out. Act like the blue box is a monster, and then attack it from like the right-ish side, and then when your combo's over, you dodge left and keep attacking the box. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, you dodge a little too far, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
You can dodge and then continue dealing damage.
Okay.
And that is really powerful, because most weapons can't do that, because
I
out of a
mean-
dodge, their attacks are really bad.
Yeah, and you can keep dodging through that too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty. That's pretty mobile, especially.
Another
yeah.
nifty thing, do your X and A attack and then dodge after it immediately. And now do it forward. That's a pretty good distance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That I use a shit ton. When I see like a monster charging at me and I know I'm not gonna make it, just do this, and you just out of there immediately.
Right. And I mean, in some monsters, you can like go through their legs or go, and get behind
Yeah.
them.
Absolutely. That is really, really powerful. And I feel like a lot of people don't use it, and it is really underused. I really, really like that. Okay. One thing that you already noticed is when you hold forward while you're pressing circle, you attack with your shield instead of doing the other cuts. Try
Oh, yeah.
that. Weapon out, obviously.
With your. Shield bash.
Do you only have 2 hits?
Oh,
Is that
maybe.
it? Okay, yeah.
Okay.
That is your shield bash combo. The third one is obviously not a shield bash, but it is part of the combo, so I still count it as the combo, right? And you can do that out of any other hit as well. So you can do your regular combo and then end it in that instead of the regular cuts. Instead of that one. Right, exactly like that. And now that deals a decent amount of KO damage. If you hit a monster's head enough, it will fall over and be confused. And then you can hit it for free, right? That's a decent amount of KO. It's not a super high amount, but it's good enough that you can absolutely use it in some situations. It is less damage than your regular cuts. Okay. This is your shield bash combo. Very cool. What else do we have? Hold R. And then press circle. Not circle, sorry. Press X. Do it again. Do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
You can attack out of your shield. It's just the same. It's the same uppercut that you have after dodging. So the dodge attack, so dodge and attack, dodge into attack, is the same thing as that attack when you shield. If you roll and then attack. Regular roll into regular attack.
Oh.
That is the same move.
Okay.
And that means you can just do whatever out of that. So if you're like shielding there, and then the monster starts attacking you, and you know you get an opportunity to attack, you can attack out of the shield. I have never used that ever. Because usually you want to reposition, and then you just press X and A to close the gap, right? Also because it's higher damage. So usually your end gauge is always X and A, and then just spam your combo, right? This is the principle of Sword and Shield, and it's super easy. You spam X and A to get in, then you spam your combo. If the monster turns towards you, you dodge, and you do the same shit over again.
Yeah.
Very simple, right? And this is why I call it a hit and run weapon. Because you literally jump in, you deal your damage as fast as you can, and then you roll out and run. And then you do it again. So to me, this weapon is a hit and run weapon.
Right.
Even though it is not very obviously a hit and run weapon, because it's like multi-hit and shit, right? But it's the same idea. As just, imagine you have a great sword instead, it can only do one hit. You run in, you do one hit, and you dodge out. This is the same thing, because your 8 hits take the same amount of time as the one hit the greatsword does.
Right.
Right? So it's still the same idea. Okay, cool. What else is there? I mean, there's a lot still, don't worry. Let's go into the backup. So what you can do put your weapon out, first of all, and then you do any attack, and then you hold backward and A.
Okay. Oh.
You see that? Pretty nifty, huh? Yeah, if you hold it, you do that jump forward.
That's
Sadly, in
cool.
this game, it doesn't do anything yet. It just kind of jumps and it deals good damage, right? But that is sadly it. Actually, one thing that I don't know if it works is try dodging and then just holding circle. I don't think it works, but I want to see if it does. Does not. Okay. That makes sense. It doesn't seem like an input that would work in this game, to be fair. But I needed to see it for my own self. I was gonna say with my own eyes.
I feel like that is cool though, because I feel like you could use that kind of where, you know, you're facing something and then you know.
No, I don't know because you didn't tell me.
It's like coming towards you and you're just like, I don't know, kind of a good defensive, but also like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a specific situation, but
I can tell you one, and that is dodging attacks. And then just re-engaging, right? Because it's faster and it deals more damage. So if you do that, you jump back, you wait for a second, you jump back in, and then you deal massive damage, because you can attack out of it, obviously.
Right.
Thing to know is that this backstab does have iframes, so you can dodge moves with it. You get invincibility for a few frames. So the regular, when you don't hold, when you just press back and circle, is that regular just you jump back and then you slash. That you can use to just dodge. The other one is to dodge and then go back in. So try the one where you don't jump back in.
Wait, so sorry, what was it?
The same input, just you don't hold backward and A, you just tap it.
Oh, wait.
See? That he does when you don't hold backwards, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you have to hold backwards, but not A. So you hold backwards, you tap. You hold backwards, you tap A after the attack. No? Then I forgot how to do it. Give me a second. I got this documented. This is a thing that I never use, but I know it exists. That's why I don't know how to do it. You gotta press the attack button too. Could that be the case? So you hold back, and then you press the attack button? Like, once you jumped back, you wanna press the attack button again?
Okay.
Try that. Try the X attack button then. Does that work? No? Okay. Then I can't figure out how it works right now. You did it earlier on accident.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was thinking. I was trying to do that again, but...
Yeah. I'm not sure how to do it. It's not that practical. Well, it is practical in the sense if you want to jump back and you don't want to jump back in. For that is pretty practical. But that doesn't happen too often, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, if you can figure out how to do that, it would be great. I can't think of it right now. I might test it at some point. In any case, I know that I know the input in Wall and Rise. I don't know it here, sadly. Okay, so you have the regular backup where you jump back in, and you have the charge attack that you can hold to deal massive damage, right? Can you do it out of shield? I don't think so. Try shielding and then going backwards and circle. Backwards and A. Oh, it does work.
Oh, you can.
Okay. Did I write that down? Okay, I actually
nice.
wrote that down. Okay, I actually wrote that down. Just didn't read it. Okay. Yeah, that is really good, because imagine the monster is sleeping, and you get like your bombs placed, and you want to deal the highest possible damage you can do, because when they're sleeping, the first hit they take is doubled, right? So what you can do is this. You go to their head, you shield, and you do your backward circle.
Yeah.
Bam. Massive damage. That's actually really good damage. In World and Rise, the input is tighter, because in World and Rise, if you're holding shield and you're turning your camera, or you're holding back, the camera will turn. So the input is tighter. So you have to let go and shit. It's a little bit tighter, but it's still very doable. That is almost everything you can do with this weapon. There's one more thing that you can do that requires a ledge. Does this thing in front of you act as a ledge? I actually don't know that. Is this a ledge? Can you ledge up it? You can't ledge down, but can you ledge up?
No.
No. Okay, then go find a ledge. You can also take stamina if you want.
Oh yeah, might want to do that. I guess I could get the fucking ration, cause
I think it's called ration, but yeah.
Ration, yeah. Maybe.
Don't know what a ration is.
A ration. Gotta get that there ration. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't. In fact, I do not. One more.
Delicious.
Wonderful. You still have one more slot free, but what can you do? Okay, find ledge. Where's ledge? There's no ledge in 6. There is no ledge. No, there's a ledge in 2. Go to 2. I hope you can read minimaps by now.
Yeah.
Because it's really necessary in these games. And even when you can look at minimaps and identify them, it doesn't mean that you'll be right. Sometimes the minimaps are just convoluted and weird. Try to ignore them. So there's a ledge right there at its tail there.
Yeah.
What I want you to do is go in front of the ledge. Draw your weapon. And then perform your jumping slash against the ledge.
Okay. The charged one, or?
No, the regular X and A.
Okay. Huh.
You see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that pretty cool? That I actually didn't even write that down. I just still know that. Yeah, so that's 2 aerial attacks. The one where you rise and slash deals damage, and that's a mounting damage attack, so you can mount monsters with it. And the landing one, obviously, is 2. So it's 2 attacks. Isn't that great? What you also can do is you can walk up the ledge and then just press X. Great. That doesn't work. Why does it not work? Is that not in this game? I could have sworn it wasn't this game. Apparently it isn't. Let me correct this real quick, so that I don't forget later. Okay, I just have the wrong input here, that's all. Okay, so what are you doing? Go back to the ledge. Leave them alone.
But dinosaurs.
So you can jump against the ledge to do aerials. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing that you can do is you can do the same thing off the ledge. You can jump off the ledge with that same attack.
Oh, that's cool.
And out of that, you can also still perform an aerial attack. So that's 2 attacks as well. That's 2 aerial attacks. Pretty good. And if you land like 2 or 3 of those, you're already mounting.
Right.
Depending on the monster, obviously. They have different resistances to mounting. Mounting damage is essentially like a bar that you need to fill, and once it's full, you mount the monster. And you asked this on stream before, and I couldn't explain it properly because it's kind of hard on stream. But the reason the monster fell and you didn't mount it is because the monster just regularly fell from your slash.
Okay.
So you just hit it and it fell. That was not a mounting falling, even though the animation is the same, sadly, in this game. It is different in the new ones. But yeah, this is every move that the Sword and Shield can do. Now, there are still a few things to say. Select an item for me real quick, any one item that you're willing to waste. And then hold R and press the use item button. What do we gather from this?
And that you can use it while having your weapon drawn?
Yes.
Interesting.
This is exclusive to Sword and Shield. Only Sword and Shield can do it. And I catch myself often not using it because you can't run afterwards.
Yeah.
So like when you do that and then you're forced to like walk away slowly, it's not great sometimes. So a lot of times I don't use this, but it can be very useful and convenient as well, awfully convenient. Another thing, if you want to just select one of your oils that you want to use, like the Vanity oil maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good timing. How about you beat this guy up and use your oils as well?
Oils. What oil should I use?
One that you deem fit for the current situation. Takes a while, as you can see, and then you sort of glowing, as you also can tell. And the glowing indicates how long you have, right? On both are here now. Did you realize both were here? Is that where you said, oh no?
Yeah, because I heard the other one.
Okay, you heard him. That makes sense. That's good observation.
Why are you tired already?
So I knew he was there because of the top right hand corner, the 2 icons, right? That one told me he's there, but I don't have sound. But that's another thing you can listen to, or not listen to, pay attention to. But yeah, listening is your first cue, obviously. That's sometimes they do just kind of come in and don't announce themselves, so it's good to have an eye on them. Yeah, choose one and beat him up. What you can do if you want is you can paintball the one that you want to kill, so that you don't lose sight of the one you want to kill. But in the end, you gotta kill both, so it's whatever. Your round force is ready. Should be an announcer every time your arts are ready.
Okay.
Every time you start to counter or block, it just stands there and screams at you. Yeah. Please use your round force, I'm getting impatient.
What?
Beautiful. It's really good for clearing out small monsters too. Which cannot be underestimated. Like if there's like a couple small monsters around you, they can easily like stagger you into getting hit. And as you could tell there, you get knocked out of the building. Why is that? Because your shield is not that good at resisting knockback. It is
Yeah.
very good at blocking damage, but you will get knocked back.
Hmm.
Still might want to paintball them. Look at them, they're just dancing.
They run and...
I want you to try and notice... Okay, well, never mind. So, I was gonna say I want you to try and notice as soon as your oil runs out, which literally happened as I said that. But yeah, let's use a new oil.
Okay.
So affinity you can always use. Stamina drain you only want to use when the monster's not already like this one in his relaxation mode, right? And Mind's Eye you can always use, but Mind's Eye only really helps you when you are bouncing. So when your weapon doesn't bounce, Mind's Eye does not do anything.
Right.
Bam! Isn't that cool? God, I love this game. I'm just standing and screaming now. Oh yeah, you could practice your aerial here too. Nice. So we learned earlier that your draw attack when your weapon is sheathed is the same one as the forward jumping slash, right? So obviously you can use the draw attack also in order to jump off the ledge or jump up the ledge. Something I didn't mention, but it makes sense if you think about it. Just glitch down that ledge twice. Nice, you can use your round force in combos, that's pretty cool.
He said, nah,
He's
I'm
running
getting
for
the
his
fuck
life.
out of here.
Might want to heal before you go there.
Huh?
Might want to heal before you go there.
I suppose I could
That's-
do that.
That's one thing that you should always be aware of. When you have downtime, when monsters leaving or whatever, think of the things you can do, which is mainly health, stamina, and sharpness.
Yeah.
And then for like this, you also have oils. But oils you kind of want to apply like shortly before you go in, like right there, right? Or even when you're still in there, if you're confident. If not, then you just do it before, that's fine too. You want to have the most out of them, right? Because they're like a short-term buff. We'll talk about other short-term buffing items eventually. But currently you don't have access to them. We need to talk about you not using the farm at all.
Not what?
You remember the farm?
Oh, yeah.
You get free stuff there, and you can like farm certain items there, and that's like really good, so we should absolutely use it. Oh, missed. Okay, is there anything else I could say over here? Oh yeah. If you're mid-combo and you press X and A, you do this round slash that is usually at the very end of your combo. You can do that to end your combo early. So if you know, okay, I'm gonna have to leave now because the monster's gonna lock it towards me, you could press X and A to do your stronger combo. You just activated Chaos Oil,
Chaos
which is very
Oil.
cool. I forgot what it does. Look this up. I have not played, so I'm sure that this game. Chaos Oil. Okay. It is literally just the effects of every oil in the game in one.
Hmm.
Plus the one you have already applied. So right now you have stamina plus everything else, and the stamina is stacked twice.
Okay.
So it's really, really, really good. Chaos Oil, broken as hell. Look how slowly that bar depletes too.
It does, yeah, that's cool.
That is crazy. Such a good fucking thing.
Huh.
Okay.
So is there a Chaos Oil too then?
No. Chaos
Oh.
Oil is everything. That's why it's called Chaos. There's only 4 oils. There's Affinity, Stamina, Destroyer, and Mind's Eye. We talked about them. The only thing you don't have unlocked is Destroyer. Bam! Look at the damage.
Oh,
Like, instead of walking there, you should always use your dashing attack. Like
Yeah.
X and A to engage. It's always better. Because it's faster and it also deals damage, and it's one of your highest damage
he's not
moves.
having a very good time.
You didn't jump in. So So two things that you want to get used to. One is if you engage, you jump in. And the other is if your combo runs out and you're still in front of the monster, you do a dodge. What you can do is you can do a forward dodge into the monster so that you don't lose your pacing, you don't lose your spacing, right? You're still in front of the monster, you can still hit it. That's why you might want to, oh my god, that's why you might want to roll into the monster. Nice. Oh, there you're bouncing.
Yeah.
You could either sharpen or use Mind's Eye.
Oh god.
What was that? Easy. That was calculated. Go in. Oh, you're not bouncing anymore, isn't it? Well, you're at red sharpness. Red sharpness you have to bounce, right? Can you still not bounce despite red sharpness? It would be wild. Nobody attempts to fight on red sharpness. You can actually still control this. I mean, it's Mind's Eye, it makes sense. This is so dumb. So for your information, you're currently dealing half damage because you're on red sharpness. Despite you not bouncing, it's still half damage. Try and sharpen. You try and look for an opportunity to sharpen. And again, you don't have to put your weapon away to do this. Which is pretty good. You put your weapon away anyway. Okay. Yeah, I have oils at the moment, so this would be ordinarily where you would start using oils. It is dead, you don't have to use it anymore.
Oh.
And the other one died to the cat. Okay.
Cat death.
Go loot them real quick. You can cancel the animation with, I think, the start button, which is plus on your controller. Just so you're aware. Don't have to, obviously, but, you know, sometimes you want to in order to use time. Sword and Shield? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sword and Shield was really, really,
I
really
was
cool.
actually enjoying that. That's kind of fun.
And I have good news. The best style for this weapon is Striker.
Yeah.
Which literally just means you get to use Chaos Oil and Ground Force more, and another one of your choice.
Right.
And the only thing you lose is your backstep, so you can't use the backstep anymore, sadly. But that is so worth it.
Right.
Like, constantly having Chaos Oil is just broken.
Yeah, and like you said, like how long it lasts.
Yeah, and now the bar fills even faster. I don't know how fast, sadly, but it feels super fast now.
Yeah, I felt like I used the other one like a lot. The round
Round slash.
whatchamacallit, yeah.
Round Force, sorry. Yeah. That one you can just press mid combo, that's why it's a good. It's a really good combo ender. And also, I guess it would also be a good wake up tool if you don't have the backslash.
Yeah.
Just use the Round Force if you have it. If not, what would be your highest damage move when the monster's sleeping? What do you think?
Huh?
If you don't have a backstep?
I mean the charge, right?
That's part of the backstep. You need to do the backstep to do the charge, so you
Oh,
don't have
yeah.
charge.
I mean like the combo? The like X
What hit specifically? Because only
the
one
XA
hit
combo
is empowered.
and then you combo it into the B.
Yeah, the XA is the strongest, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very cool.
Again, two things I wanted to add. I said them before, but I'm just gonna say them again. If you engage, you jump in. You don't run and then draw your weapon, you always jump in.
Yeah.
You can do that if your weapon is drawn, you could just walk in and press X and A. If your weapon is not drawn, you run and press X, right?
Okay.
And then just spam attack buttons in whatever order you want and extend the combo as far as you can. That's one thing you want to practice, to be able to kind of subconsciously extend the combo as long as you can, right? To get the full combo every time. And then the other thing was, when your combo is done, so either after the full combo or when you have to stop the combo, you want to learn to dodge in between, right? So what you want to do, if the monster's attacking, you want to just sideways, obviously, but if the monster's like laying on the ground, you're attacking it, and your combo ran out, you dodge into the monster so you're still in the same position, and then you keep attacking,
Okay.
right? That's one thing you want to get into. And that is kind of all that is to say about this weapon.
Good night, Demon Tears.
Yes, good night. There's one more thing, which is honestly kind of just a nice thing to know. It doesn't really, it's not a thing that you have to apply. But in that drawing attack, so the draw attack, or when you press X and A with your weapon drawn, the jumping slash, right? You have full 3 seconds of minor knockbacks. So you don't get like knocked on your back when something, so like a small monster hits you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And those 3 seconds are obviously not just your jumping slash. So those 3 seconds apply to the full combo that you do after that attack. So you still don't get minor knockback after those attacks. So moral of the story is just use the draw slash, the jumping slash is so good. Very good. Now for this specific weapon, let's talk a little bit about Hunter Arts. We have Chaos, which is obviously broken. We have Round Force, which is obviously broken because it's just super fast. It is super usable because you can put it in any combo. It's a wake-up tool. It is really strong. And the other thing is Blade Dance that I've written down. The other things that are good are like Absolute Readiness, Absolute Evasion. You're not going to use them anyway. Those are really good, but you're not going to use them. We both know we won't.
Yeah. Right.
Let me check Sword and Shield real quick. Sword Dance, sorry, not Blade Dance. I didn't write down Blade Dance, probably because of the wrong source.
Blade Dance.
There's a guy called Gaijin Hunter that just repurposes his old videos, and then the terminology is just incorrect in the videos. It's just really hard to make any documentation with it. But it's whatever, at least there is any documentation out there. So the sword dance is like you press the button once and then he does like a full combo of like a flurry of attacks, right? And they just deal a lot of damage, and specifically deal a lot of elemental damage.
Oh, okay.
And they also can't bounce, which is nice. Well, yeah, this is
What
massive
kind of
elemental damage, and
elemental,
generally, one thing, every weapon that has a lot of fast attacks usually has a lot of elemental and status damage too, just because of the amount of hits, right? So Sword and Shield is probably the best, if not the second best, after Dual Blades for applying elemental damage or status damage. So with Longsword, it's kind of whatever. You can play without elemental, you can play with. It's kind of whatever. Greatsword, you don't really care for elemental damage because you attack the monster like 5 times in a minute. It's not gonna proc elemental, especially not status damage. It does really not matter that much. There are exceptions to this rule, but generally speaking, right? And Sword and Shield, you're kind of wasting potential if you're not using the correct element against the monster or a status. So if you're playing like Paralysis or Sleep, you're always doing well.
Right.
If the monster is not immune, right? Poison is fine because it's still damage, I suppose. Poison is fine. And other than that, you just go for the element that the monster is weak against. Hard to know if you don't know the monster. You can guess, but it's not always obvious. Like in very many situations, fire is good against fish, or like leviathans and shit, like water creatures are weak against fire. And then some of them are just randomly not weak against fire, but thunder instead.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not consistent. So
That sounds weird for something like that to be weak against fire.
I mean, it makes sense. Like a creature in the water would not be used against, would not be used to heat and fire,
Yeah, I
right?
guess.
It would be weak
Yeah.
against it. Since we're talking about a more realistic sense instead of like fire beats water, if I put water on fire, it dies. It's not what's happening here.
Yeah.
Like the fish isn't made of water. It's just a creature that lives in water. So yeah. But yeah, if you know, you can like look it up if you want to. There's no shame in looking those things up. Then you can use the correct element, or you can always just use whatever is the strongest at the moment. There's also a thing called Blast Element, which you get from Bracadios, if you remember that guy, the big blast one.
Yeah.
The blast hands. That element, status element technically, is always really strong against everything that isn't himself.
The blast element.
Yeah. So if you get blast element on your sword, every now and then it will trigger an explosion that just deals flat explosion damage.
That's
And like
amazing.
massive damage. It is really strong. Yeah. So you go for the correct element or the highest element that you have at your disposal. And you hope that it isn't immune, but usually like you're not gonna use a fire sword against a fire monster and you'll be
Yeah.
fine. And aside from that, go for any status that you can with priority on blast and power. If you can't get it, sleep is really good as well. If you can't get it, poison is okay. You don't have to remember all this. You'll encounter them when you find them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go over the styles real quick. Not too in depth because you're gonna use Striker anyway. For Striker again, you just get 3 handouts instead of 2, and they charge faster because of your SP state, which charges your Hunter Art gauge passively. Really strong. You don't have the backstab and the charge attack with that, which is the only downside. The second one is actually Alchemy. Why? Because it also has 3 Hunter Art slots, and your Hunter Arts are really good for Sword and Shield, so you really want those Hunter Art slots. That's why you use Alchemy for second. And also, because you can use the barrel with your weapon draw, which is kinda neat. Oh, and also because the whetstone that the Alchemy barrel can drop, it has a whetstone it can drop, right? That gives you a 30% increased Hunter Art charge rate, which is just obviously good for Hunter Art, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why Alchemy is actually kind of good for this one. Then we have Valor, because Valor is just kind of broken. You don't have to go too deep into why it is broken, you saw it yourself.
Yeah.
And then we have Adept, and then we have Aerial. Nobody plays Sword and Shield Aerials, it's not good. Also, you don't need it, because you backslash thing. Sorry, your charge. I'm actually not sure if charge race is an aerial attack. I don't think it is. I think it becomes one in later games.
Yeah.
Well, specifically because it launches you into the air, but it doesn't do here.
J Smash Tech. Hi. How are they training you? Isn't that Silver Wind Narga outfit?
That is regular Naga.
Yeah,
that's
this
not
is just
Winds.
regular.
He's in high
I'm
rank.
not
There's
that
no
amazing
Silverwind
yet.
Silverwind is really cool. It's such a cool monster. You really get to appreciate it soon. What was I saying? Oh yeah, aerial attacks. Because Sword and Shields can abuse ledges that much, you don't need aerial style. It's just not necessary. And you lose your entire circle combo with aerial style, so it's just not worth it.
Okay.
You only have the shield combo instead of the slashes on your A button, not circle A. Keep forgetting that you're using the Switch controller for the Switch, which is understandable. I use my PS4 for the Switch, but yeah, that's just me.
You can use the PS4 controller with the Switch?
Yeah, with an external device. I have like a little USB extender that helps me.
That's cool. The helmet is regular. Hold up, maybe I need to check. I'm thinking regular Naka looks like another armor.
I feel like regular and silver Nagakura armor look the exact same, actually. I'm gonna look this up.
So is that just like the later version?
No, the later version is still Nagakura. The even later version is Silver and Nagaku, which is just a different monster.
Like
it has
the
a different armor.
late game.
And it does not look the same, actually. It looks similar, but it doesn't look the same. Is that in every game? I'm not sure. Lucent Nagakuga is even cooler, but that's a different one. Lucent becomes invisible. Imagine you have to fight Nagakuga, but he becomes invisible and can rain down poison knives.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
that sounds
really
awful.
Cool. It sounds awesome. But yeah, that's the Hunter art. Pretty cool, am I right?
Yeah, that
Very
is
cool weapon. I am a huge fan.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I mean, I was enjoying playing it just from that one experience, so
yeah.
I think it would be fun to try some more.
I also think you're gonna deal massively more damage by using this weapon because you get to attack more, because you don't get punished as much by just pressing the attack button, because you can dodge easily out of every attack.
Right.
They do look similar. They do indeed. Yeah. That's that. We got a little bit more time. You want to talk about anything else?
Uh,
There's like really fast things we can talk about as well.
yeah. Trying to think. I mean, what would you recommend?
We have talked about armor, right? Talked about the idea of armor.
The idea.
You know what
of
armor does? What does armor
Protects
do?
you.
Primarily, yes. What else can it do?
Well, I mean, it can give you this special like abilities if you get the full set, usually, right?
Yeah, that's not technically a full set thing,
Yeah.
but I would like you.
It's
I
the
would like to train you
points.
to only use full sets, so I don't mind that. If you're using full sets, you're gonna have a lot harder of a time, but at least you look good doing it. So those are called skills, right? Skills are
Yeah.
really good skills. You don't only get from armor, you also get it from jewels and stuff that you can put into the armor or even your weapons.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I probably didn't say it very well because I wasn't sure like
Yeah, it's fine.
how to
I'm just summing
describe it. But yeah, like that's like where you have the slots, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because I know like nothing about that because I've never even done that before.
Slots work differently in different games, but they're fairly simple and straightforward, especially in this game because you have very little of them, so you don't have a lot to worry about. Now, armor, right? Armor has usually, well, always, right? Armor has armor stats, so like flat armor that just
Yeah.
reduces incoming damage, and armor has elemental defense.
HR 102.
Yeah, there's a lot to know about Monster Hunter. There's a lot of in-depth stuff that you never know if you don't like read into it or somebody tells you. You just will not know because the game doesn't tell you, right? And that's what I'm here for, because I know this stuff. Because
That's how
I
I
am
felt when I first started
painfully
playing.
obsessed with this game. Yeah,
Like, because I
this game
remember
is
that
even worse.
when I first started, and I was just like, I have no idea what anything is. What do I do?
Yeah. Check your equipment real quick. Or let's check your status, actually, not equipment. That is in that menu, second page. So it says status. There we go. You can see it says fire resistance, water resistance, thunder, ice, and dragon resistance.
Yeah.
And it also says defense in the bottom left corner. The defense is plus flat defense, right? It just reduces damage, and everything else is kind of like a percentage-based decrease to the specific element. So let's say you get hit by a water beam, you got a little more resistance towards that water beam than, let's say, if it was fire. If it was fire, you're gonna take a lot more damage from that because it is -10, right?
Right.
So if you're negative in a elemental armor thing, it can be really hard to fight a monster of that element. So like a Rathalos can give you a hard time because his fireball will do massive damage, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense. There's another thing, which is every elemental thing can apply a blight. So there's fire blight, there's water blight, thunder blight, ice blight, and dragon blight. Do you know what those do? Some of them you know.
Yeah, I think like the thunder one. I think I remember. Isn't that like if you get hit by it after it's on you, then you like you get stunned?
Not immediately, but
No.
the chance you get stunned is way higher. Yeah, that
Okay.
is what it does.
Because I remember when I was fighting the one guy, the wyvern guy. What's his name? With the
Astolos?
electric. Yeah.
Astolos?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one, yeah. He does a lot. What does Fireblight do? You know Fireblight.
I don't think I know.
You know Fireblight.
Do
Fireblight
I?
is just you burning.
Oh. Yeah, where you have to roll.
Yeah, that is Fireblight.
Okay.
So
you're just on
Fireblight
fire.
deals damage for, I think it is 5 seconds. And for each roll, you remove 1 second. And since rolling thrice takes 2 seconds, you remove the entire Fireblade by just
Okay.
rolling thrice.
Yeah.
Right? That's how it works.
Yep.
That is all there is to say to that. Then we have Waterblade. Waterblade makes it so that your stamina recovers at half the rate. So it takes twice as long for your stamina to recover.
Okay.
Ice Blade makes it so that your stamina consumes twice as fast. And that is not for fixed stamina depletion, like when you're rolling, you get a fixed stamina depletion, and that doesn't count. That is not affected. But when you're running, right?
Okay.
When you're running or other actions that consistently drain your stamina, that is doubled in speed. And then we have Dragon. Dragon Blade just makes it so you can't use elemental or status damage. It just gets negated.
I see.
Now, depending on what you have, you might not care. Like, if your weapon doesn't have elemental or status, then Dragon Blade does not matter to you.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of matters. Well, if you have, like, let's say you have stun immunity, then Thunderblade doesn't matter. You know, these kind of things. If your stamina can't deplete, then Water and Ice Blade don't do anything. Fire Blade will always deal damage. Now, there's one thing that all blades have in common, that is that rolling can put them out. That is a thing that nearly nobody knows, but you can roll out of every single blade. The big difference is that other blades don't last for 5 seconds, but like 30.
Okay.
So you would have to roll for 20 seconds straight in order to get rid of them. So rolling doesn't help you with most of the blades.
But
like,
does it...
like if you can get a roll in for free, do it, I guess.
Yeah, does it still decrease it though?
Yeah, it decreases it by roughly 1 second.
Okay.
So you might as well, you know?
Right.
There's no point in like trying to just out-roll it, there's no point. But if you can get a roll in for free, just put the roll in, I guess.
Right.
Why not, right? How would you otherwise fix the blades?
You can use the items, right?
Which one? Which ones?
I was just thinking the one I had on before, the one I just put away, right? What was it called? Can't remember.
Cleanser?
Yeah. Doesn't that get off ice or something?
Yeah, so the cleanser's purpose is to use it against like the snowman effect and the mud effect. So when you have like a big clump of something stuck on you and you can't do anything but walk and roll, that's what the cleanser is for.
Okay.
That is also the only thing it does. So it doesn't help for any other blight, sadly. And those are not blights, by the way, so those are status ailments. But, you know, similar idea.
Yeah.
Blights are the ones you can roll out of. Yeah. So the item you can use to remove blights is Nullberry.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Nullberry nulls the blights,
All
right?
of them?
The only thing it does not remove is Fireblight, because you have to roll.
Yeah. You can just roll.
Yeah. But otherwise
Stop,
you use
drop, and
Nullberries.
roll.
So why am I saying this now? Because if you want to go to your armor again, to your status, I mean. Yep. If you have a value of 30 or higher on any one of those, you're immune to the respective blight.
Oh.
I think it's 30, might be 25, but I think it's 30. It's 20 actually, I'm stupid, it's 20. If you have 20, you are resistant to the blight. So let's say you have 25 resistance, you can no longer burn.
Is that worth
Pretty
it,
cool.
though?
That is worth it if you're like struggling against a certain monster,
Yeah.
or if you might as well. So like if you have like 18 and it takes like 1 joule to get you to 20,
Yeah.
might as well get it, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, if you're like specifically equipping against certain monsters, then obviously it's worth it, yeah. Sometimes you might not want it, because there is advantages to getting blighted in certain situations. These are way too specific though.
Okay.
Cool. By the way, when I said 30 seconds, I meant 60. Blights last for 60 seconds, except for Fireblade. I don't know why I said 30. 30 is incorrect. Okay. Not that it matters. You're not gonna think about that when it happens. The thing to know is that there's no point in trying to outroll them. But it's kind of cool to know that you could, technically.
Right. I mean, you can kind of make it a little not as bad, at least.
Yeah. Exactly. So much about blights. There's one more common thing, which is poison, which is just, you know, it deals damage and you use antidote to remove it. It's not a blight, it's a status, but It is super common, so might as well mention it. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward, I would reckon. Cool. So much for that. You want to go to the smithy real quick. How long do you have time?
What?
How long do you have time?
How long? I mean, I'm good for a little bit. I didn't know when you needed to go. I know usually after, pretty soon. I figured.
It's currently 4:40 a.m.
Yeah. I know usually at some point you're about ready for bed, so.
Actually, check your status again before you talk to this guy. Too late. Go status. Okay, go to the second page. Third page. That's the one. You have a weight extender and you have combination plus 20%. Ooh. You can also see your slots here. So you have 8 slots. Pretty cool. Go to your fourth page.
So what does that mean though exactly? Like combination plus 20%?
Combination rate is when you take 2 items and you combine them to a new one. There's not always a 100% chance that you get the item that you want. Sometimes you can get garbage, and this one increases your chance. It's pretty useless.
That makes sense. Because I would see that before, and I was like, what does that mean? Is it just combination? Like combination of what? Okay, that makes sense.
Page 4, wonderful. Now, you can see here how you get stuff from different parts, and then it adds up to a certain number, right? So you have a weight extender because you have 10. Things usually unlock at 10, 15, and 20 in these games.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought I had it somewhere, but I didn't. Okay, let me check this real quick just to make sure. Weight extender only goes to 10. Okay, perfect. So you don't need any more of that. Now what you can see is, you probably just noticed this, expert is at 8.
Yeah. So it's
right?
2 more.
That seems fairly easy to get to 10. So how about we go try and do that? Talk to the smithy. Decoration whenever he's ready. Forge and then decoration. Wonderful. Yeah, want a forge? We don't have any. Now you kind of just gotta look for an expert jewel. It's gonna be blue. It's gonna be like light blue. But you're gonna have to look for it.
How do I know? How do I know that it has
it? Will say expert jewel.
Okay, I gotcha. There it is.
There's expert jewel 2. You could absolutely just get. Is that worth it?
This only has 1 though. It only gives you 1.
How much dragon resistance down does the other one give?
1.
Oh yeah, take this one. Because you have dragon resistance -8. This one brings it to 9. If you got the other 2, it would bring it to 10.
Yeah.
And then you have negative dragon resistance. We don't want that. So now you go back to the set decorations. You can also do this at your chest, but we're doing it here. Why not? Take one of your slots. Now this one doesn't work because the expert slot needs 2. You can tell it says required slots 2.
Gotcha. So like
put it in one where you have to. Yeah. Put it in there. Then you quit out all of that and then check your status again, see if it worked.
Critical eye. Whoa.
10% affinity for free.
Oh shit. So and I already have like 40, right? Yeah, with my weapon.
What does your weapon have?
Here, how do I check?
Equipment would do it.
Didn't I? I thought I did with something.
No, that's your Nagakuga weapon. The Nagakuga weapons have high crit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this one has 0. The 10 it shows because of your critical eye. This is already calculated in.
Right. It's trying to think. How can I look at that?
Look at what?
My other weapon.
You have to go to your chest. Technically, you could also like try and upgrade it at the smithy to see it, but that's a little annoying. So just go to the chest. Yeah, this one would have 50 then. So it has 40 and it gets 10 from that, so you would be at 50.
Mhm.
Yep, you're at 50 now.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
And Critical Eye is one of the examples. You get 10% affinity at 10, you get 20% at 15, and you get 30% at 20%. Sorry, at 20.
Hmm.
So you get up to 30% crit for free on top. It's really good. Now, check how many slots you have left.
4, 5,
6 slots. 6 slots are gonna be hard to get anything to 10 with, right?
Right.
This is why slots are not as good in this game, because it's really hard to get something to 10 that isn't already part of your armor.
Mm-hmm.
In World and Rise, that is massively different, and you will have like 20 skills at a time instead of 3. It'll be great. It'll be a great time.
That's pretty cool. It sounds like
It
you
is,
could do
yeah.
a lot of different combinations and shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It can get really hard to decide which one you want to use, though. Like in this one, there wasn't really a choice. You crit on 8, you want it on 10. There's no choice in there. You gotta get it.
Yeah.
And then you can get 6 to 7 though. That is true. That is 100% true. And endgame World Rise, you can get like 30. Actually, I don't know if that is entirely true. I don't know the number, but you can get really high numbers in World Rise, and you can get decently high numbers in this game. Yeah, it's not 30, but it's a really high number. I don't know the exact number,
Yeah.
nor do I know what like the highest amount is you could technically get.
Looking forward to playing
get more
World
than 12.
eventually.
You can get absolutely more than 12. Like there's a lot of like depending on what skills you have, right? Like if you're like farming attack and crit,
Yeah.
those take a lot of slots. But let's say they take like satiated, that is 1 slot essentially for a full skill.
Mm-hmm.
What if you can't take maxed ones? Yeah, I'm talking about everything maxed, like absolute late game, the absolute late game of World. It has insane capabilities. I love World. World is so cool. This game is really cool too. Okay, what does your talisman do? What do you have that equipped? What does it do?
Probably nothing. How do I look at it?
This is your status page. You need to go to equipment.
Combo rate. Plus
That's the
10.
combo rate one.
Yeah.
So you probably took it because you don't have anything else good. Check your chest right now if you do have something better by now. Manage equipment, you can just select equipment, you can also do view talismans, whichever one you prefer. So what you can do is you could like, for example, you could choose this one, and then you could say, okay, I'm gonna make decoration and increase it to 10, right? What you could also do is just take one that is already at a value you can use, like the combo rate or the gathering one down there. This is entirely up to you what you want to do. There is better and worse stuff though. Yeah. Like the only ones that are potentially okay is the first one you're hovering onto right now, and then gathering, because gathering is it's just kind of convenience, I guess. This is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt, but it doesn't really help either.
Dragon.
The rest of them is just too low and don't do enough to help you.
Yeah.
There's nothing on that page. Go to 2.
This has 6. Blast C+.
Yeah, so C is always ammo. C and S are ammo. This is coating, this is for bows. So this is arrow coating. Blast coating, we don't need this. And the rest is kind of dog shit, so yeah. You could go for like Deathlock, but Deathlock is kind of really bad, because what Deathlock does is it removes the debuff defense down. So there's really few monsters, mostly like bugs, that can give you a debuff so you have less defense, and that prevents it. Really useless. Now tremor resistance is okay, because tremor is the thing when they like hit the ground and then it tremors, right?
Right.
That you can negate, that's okay. But you could also just take gathering, whichever one you prefer. For tremor you would have to actually make a decoration, for which you have space, but you don't know if you have the material to make them. Gathering you can just get. This one is entirely up to you. You currently do not have anything better. I got really lucky. I got one with auto guard 10. That just auto blocks for me as long as I'm not attacking.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
It's really good.
I think I remember
it's a
you
white
talking
one too.
about
It's like
that
a super
before.
common one. Yeah, there's some really, really good skills.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, choose one. I decided for gathering. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's cool.
Cool. Yeah. I think there's also equipment sets in this game. They're not as useful because you're not gonna like switch equipment constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can register sets here if you want, but it doesn't really help you right now.
Mhm.
That is more useful for like late game when you're switching between sets. If you ever
Right.
do that, some people don't ever do that, but if you do, then that's good, obviously. Okay, cool. So much for that. Go to your farm.
The
I
farm.
need to scold you.
The funny farm.
The only farm. Santa search. Here we go. Hub. Not hub. Burner, sorry.
What?
To your
Burn.
left. Yep. And then to the ranch. Which is the farm. We will call this the farm going
ranch.
forward.
The farm.
It's not a ranch. Ranch is the thing you can eat. This is a farm.
I love ranch.
I love Palico Ranch.
I like to put ranch
Yes.
on my palicos.
They gave me the title Feline Groomer. Okay, anyway. To your right.
My right.
Yep.
Like,
This
no,
guy.
your other right.
This guy.
Neko means cat, in case you didn't know that.
No, that's his name. That's his full name.
Subarashi. I hunted
Yeah, she says
Glavenus like a
that.
true professional.
Please stop reading the
Neko
dialogue.
very
I don't have time for this.
impressed. I'm a true Yusha. I like how he's just a weeb. Laganapple.
Lagny apple. I think. I'm not even sure on that. I've been trying to learn that name. Okay. Check your... Go on order items. This is your main thing, is going to be order items. And you click on view inbox. Look at that.
I got things.
Yeah, because you planted herb and now you get herb. Isn't that great?
And I got stone.
You know what else?
Can be
You could
thrown.
plant something that isn't just herb. You could plant something that is actually good.
Das Biscus.
As one rule for this, which is that you need to own the item that you want to plant.
Okay.
And it needs to be plantable, I guess. Request trade. Use a different cat, probably because its enthusiasm is down to 1, so it's not gonna perform as well. Do you have a different cat?
I don't think I do. I don't know.
Click on the thing. Click on the cat.
Cat.
Palico.
Oh, maybe.
Choose a different cat. You have 6 pages of cats. You have 6 pages of cats.
Oh,
Jesus
I didn't
Christ.
know I had. No, I only have 2 pages of cats. Does it matter?
Yeah, but you
which
should
one?
look through them, is what I was trying to say. Okay, yeah, just choose any one of them. It does not really matter.
Okay, I'll choose Dan. The
Sure, we
coolest
always hated
cat.
Dan. Now click on item. You want to choose something that's a little better than a herb, because you can just buy herbs too.
Sun Snug Farm.
Yes. Now you can choose what you want to plant. What do you want more of? I don't know most of this.
Dragon.
You know
Fellberry.
nullberries. You know what nullberries are.
Yeah.
So the best thing, in my opinion, that you can farm is Might Seed.
A
Because Might
mysterious
Seed
berry,
increases your damage.
rumored since ancient times to be loathed by dragons.
Yes, very cool. Can we move on, please?
Wait, what'd you say?
Might Seed and Armor
Might
Seed
Seed.
are the best 2 things you can plant, because one of them increases your attack, the other increases your defense, and both of them can be combined into items that last until you faint. So you can swallow a demon drug and an armor skin, and then you have increased defense and attack until you faint. And then you do it again. Or you don't faint, that's fine too. So
That's
these are really
cool.
good, and even just Might Seed and Adamant Seeds, specifically Might Seeds are good because they just increase your damage output. You swallow them, and then you have increased damage for like a minute. I don't know how long it
Yeah.
lasts. You can look these things up if you're interested in like how long that lasts. All of
And
that
I
is
have
documented. I don't personally care.
82,000 points.
Yeah, you do, because you never fucking use them.
Yeah.
So plant whatever you want right now. You can also plant paint berries if you want for paint balls. Why did the stream just auto start? I don't want the stream to start.
How many rounds do I do? As many as
All of them.
possible.
Yes, all of them. And you can also put a apple in the gratuity. A Lagny apple.
Lagny
I almost
apple.
had it correct. It's not Lagnia apple, it's just Lagny apple.
Lagny apple.
Is it log? No, it's lag. Fuck off.
Lag.
Okay, now click on trade. And the rounds say 10, right? So after 10 quests, you want to go back here and take the rewards and then do that again. This you want to do constantly. You can also come back here in between and collect whatever you want. That works too. Go back one. One more. Go to exchange items. And here you can exchange whatever for points. This is not super important, but this is like if you need an item, he might have it.
Yeah.
Essentially. Special goods and limited goods are a little different from trade goods.
Destroyer oil.
Yeah. It says makes it easier to stagger your target. That is not correct. It makes it easier to break target parts, which then in turn also staggers them.
Okay.
But it's not a regular stagger. Okay, you can also get atmospheres here, which is nice, I guess. Yeah. There's not a lot to say here. Just leave this place.
Limited goods. Title, background.
Yeah, this is
costumes.
just cosmetic stuff. Yeah, you can give your... I think it's just the poop. You know, I think you also get something for the sheep.
Oh my
Yeah, that
god.
is.
Appealing
apple.
apple. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We need to move on. We need to go.
Okay.
Special permits you unlock at some point. They're just like different monsters you can only fight there. They're pretty cool. You want to do them eventually. Go one back. Villager requests. Now this is stuff that they want. It says quantity. This is what they want. Owned is what you have. You can give it to them and then you unlock stuff. It also tells you what you unlock technically. And you can do that whenever you can. Let's move on to the guy with the hot air balloon. This you can do daily. Or not daily, what am I saying? This you can do after each quest. You can come back and do this. You don't have to, but I'd say you should do it every now and then at least.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think it's every quest. Is it?
Youngster hunters.
I think it might be every quest, I'm not sure. You'll figure it out. You already did this one, so you now get the rewards. Great, you never checked back.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I think I remember doing that.
You can also click through all of that, you don't have to wait for it. Cool, this is stuff you can get, so you just collect all that. Scraps are good because they make your palico equipment, right? You can also make your palico equipment, you should sometimes maybe do that. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Make your palico equipment sometimes? Would be great, that would appreciate it. Cool.
What is that?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's not that important. If it was, I would know. Now talk to him again, and you can send them out again.
He's like Puss in Boots.
He doesn't have boots, what do you mean?
Yeah, without the boots, you know.
Locale first. If there's a
Rare.
rare one, you probably want to take it.
Mitsuzune.
You want to try and find the rare too. Mizitsune. Close enough.
Mitsuzune.
Select your members, does not matter, just click them through.
John. Hiko Ken Tofu.
And send them.
Direction.
And now you want to aim for the guy, but
God.
you also want to aim for the rare. The rare is invisible, so you might want to explore a little first.
Invisible.
Yeah. It shows when you pass over it. So
Oh,
it's
God.
not there. It's not in the path that you shot.
Oh, well.
Okay, at this point I would not try go for the rare anymore because there's no way. Let's just go for the Mizitsune.
Oh god.
That was too far. This might be good. Yes, that works.
Yeah.
Cool, you get one. Yeah, so as he said, after you complete your next quest, you can come here and do that
Okay.
same thing over again. And it is essentially just free stuff.
Okay.
It's not free because you're paying points, but
Right.
do you pay points here? Actually, do you pay points here? I'm not sure. Either way, you do it anyway.
Oh. New Poogie costumes have been added. Yay.
But yeah, that's all you can
Gotta
do here. This is
dress
like
up.
your questly stuff that you want to do,
Okay.
if you find the time. That's very important because it will give you massively more stuff than otherwise. We need to talk about items at some point because there's a lot of good items that you're not using because you don't know them or you don't know how to get to them even though you can already. And the game
Yeah.
doesn't help.
Oh.
So we're gonna need to talk about them at some point. Which is in Hunter Tools, which would be the next thing on my list. So that's convenient. Cool. That will be it for now, because it is 5 a.m. and I need to get up at 12.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
How long has it been? 2 hours. That's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't use my own game at all. Nice.
I have been enriched.
Okay, so we should do this again at some point,
Yeah.
till we get through all of them, and then
Mhm.
maybe even beyond that, to like review what you've learned. We'll see. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I will be leaving now.
Okay.
Will you be streaming still, or...?
I'm probably gonna jump off too. But yeah. Thank you. It was
Alright.
fun.
Yes, indeed.
Meow meow meow. Okay. Meow.
Great. Good night.
Yeah. All right. Going to get some sleep. I might see if I can raid someone. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Let's see here. Let's see who's online real quick. If I can find somebody. Do. That works. We can raid Mako. She's nice. One second here. Can we find it? Real quick. Okay. Shortly, maybe. Alright, and we're ready. Hope everyone has a great rest of their night. Thanks everybody for coming by and seeing my amazing learning process. Alright, bye-bye.